Hey, everybody, welcome to another Freedom Friday interview. All of you who have joined the Gulag Army by buying a book, it's time to salute the captain. I'm bringing back our good friend Suzanne Monk, Captain J6, we affectionately call her. And just because one day she put on a costume and we're never going to let her forget it. But she's got some amazing things to talk about today about the J6 Pardon Project. It's really important that we're prepared for whatever happens in this coming election to get these guys out of jail right away, or at least give them some relief. So, Suzanne, thank you for coming on today. I know you're busy, 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 but there's so much. I'm looking at your webpage, man. It's really filled out.
Well, Tim, Captain J6 always has a moment for you, my friend. So, yes, of course, I keep these close by. It's a fond memory for me as well. Thank you, thank you for taking a look at the website. And yes, we have done a lot of work since you and I first talked about the Pardon Project. We've come a long way. And so, just some latest updates. We are now in the middle of building that database of 1,400. It's going to be 1,400 by the time we're done. But we have 22 different data points that we're collecting for each and every individual. Anything from their age, their state, their arrest date, their trial, how long they've been in pretrial detention, where they were held, so what facilities where they were in. We know some facilities were much, much worse than other facilities. We're certainly making note of that. Uh, the natures of their charges, what charges they have. So 22 different data points we're collecting. And we are also in the process of gathering letters from any defendant, any individual who has been charged who would like to send a letter to the president. We're going to be gathering those up and including those with our presentation to the president. So each and every defendant will have an opportunity to make their direct case, and we'll facilitate that communication directly to the president as well. So the project is coming along very well. Tamara Lee has been doing some great stuff with the pardon language. We have come up with three separate types of pardons: the pardon of innocence, which of course the president, much like, exactly, frankly, like General Flynn's pardon, is a pardon where the president asserts the innocence of the individual. That's unconditional, meaning no additional charges for J6 ever will be allowed. The same thing with a pardon of mercy, which is the traditional use of pardons. They're designed for mercy from an unwielding justice system. And that too has an unconditional pardon. But we're also including in that a third category for the president to have an option, that pardon of mercy, but conditional for individuals who may have been involved in the Fedsurrection itself. We do know that there are some individuals people are very concerned about. I don't know what Ray Epps was doing that day. Maybe Ray Epps doesn't even know what he was doing that day, but he is an example of someone who people feel that might be different additional charges. We are going to give the president, at least advise the president, that there's an option for that. So we are making sure that we can be legally consistent. We've done a lot of work on that, strategizing, making sure that we are legally consistent. And we're moving the handbook right along with the multi-pronged strategy, making sure that we take care of every single individual, including folks like Jake Lang, who has not yet seen his trial and is sitting in detention pre-trial. So we have the strategy of an executive order dropping all J6 charges and ending pretrial detention. So we're thinking of everything, and we're really coming along. And what's been great is watching the community really start to talk about the pardon process and what a pardon really means, because that was one of the big things that the Pardon Project wanted to do. And those conversations are really coming along. I think everybody's really starting to understand more what a pardon can and can't do, and why it's so important to continue to pressure the president that we need them. And he certainly is hearing the message because he's talking about it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, almost every appearance now we're talking about, J6 innocence and J6 pardons. And I think really that's one of the questions people ask me all the time. What do you think the president's going to do? Well, I think he's going to do exactly what he said if he makes it to president.
Right.
And we just have to, as a country, we have to try and make sure that happens. So we have the opportunity for these types of clemencies. And
Well, I
I'm
asked myself
enjoying.
that same question, Tim. I asked myself that same question. What is the president going to do? And as I sat there in December through Christmas, missing my friends, as many of us do over the holidays, it's a little harder for those of us who are missing people. Um, it became very important to me that I didn't just wonder what the president was going to do, that I made sure that he did the right thing. And that's what the project is all about. And we are definitely going to make sure that the president has every single tool and all of the public mandate, that public pressure needed to do the full job on January 20th, 2025.
Amazing project, an absolute hero's work. I want everybody please go to j6pardonproject.com. That's j6pardonproject.com. Look at that Pardons 101, educate yourself on what this really means. And then I always tell you, pick up the telephone, 202-224-3121. Talk to your representative, talk to your senator, tell them you want these J6 people pardoned.
Yes, that's actually something that's very helpful right now, because as you know, that public mandate that I'm talking about needs to come from the voters, but it also needs to come from our elected representatives. If we're the voters and we're saying that, our representatives need to be representing that position. Yes, they are not the ones who are in charge of pardoning anyone, but every one of these Republican Congress members, senators are going to go try to kiss the ring of Donald J. Trump. And we want all of them to be our voice and our advocates. So do reach out to your elected representatives, and frankly, your governors as well. These are other individuals who do get to engage at someone at a presidential level, and their voice and their attention to this issue is going to certainly help put that pressure. So 100% reach out to your representatives and talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to your social media folks. Start those conversations and let them know we can't just hope the pardons are going to happen. We have to assert that the pardons must happen.
Dreams are wonderful, but they don't take action. They don't become reality unless you do the work. And that's what we're doing here. This is some pretty serious work. Everybody, please go educate yourself. Go to j6pardonproject.com. Read about what a pardon really is and what it isn't. And then get involved here. Talk to your congressman, talk to your local representatives. And as I always tell you, get involved in your politics locally, because local action means national impact. Suzanne, Captain J6, thank you once again for all you do. And we're all behind you on this project. I think everybody needs to understand what it is and then support you. And I know our J6 teams will do that. Thank you once again. And for Freedom Friday, we salute you.